what she outlined sure sounded tough. But is any of it going to go through?
Yeah, what she outlined today in the Times is something that she's also written about for Bloomberg View, and it's sort of her set of proposals at this moment in time. She's kind of reiterating them, one, because Republicans in Congress are working on a spending bill that they're trying to insert different measures into that would roll back certain parts of Dodd-Frank. So she's trying to say, I'm going to be strong on Dodd-Frank, and,
right.
and she's kind of urging congressional Democrats and President Obama to stay firm on that as well. And then on top of that, she's just trying to kind of get back at some of the attacks that she's gotten from Bernie Sanders and Martin O'Malley, the other Democrats running for president, who are saying, maybe she's not tough enough on Wall Street. So she's trying to say, look at me, I am tough. I'm going to stick Dodd-Frank. That's just the beginning. I'm going to be tougher. Something she said for months, but just reiterating it again. And at the same time, she's also rolling out a plan on inversions. This is all part of the same set of things to say, like, I'm going to be tough on business.
Right. I know on Wednesday she's revealing some new, some more tax measures. But Jennifer, just on what she said today in the op-ed, for those who didn't read it or are not familiar, let's bring that up, guys, some of the bullet points from there. So she's talking about imposing a risk fee on banks with assets of more than $50 billion, giving the government more authority to break up banks, closing the carried interest loophole, bank fines. They include executive bonuses, so they have to have some skin in the game here. I mean, is any of this, though, yes, she's already said this, is any of this really going to go through Congress, though? I mean, does she have any chance on it?
It would depend. If she were elected, it would depend on the dynamics of Congress. I mean, the way that things look heading into the 2016 election is that, Republicans are likely to maintain the majority in the House and the Senate, definitely in the House. Senate maybe is a little more up for grabs.
Right.
So any of this is going to be a fight the same way it was for President Obama, after the first 2 years when the Democrats ran both chambers. And so this is not going to be a slam dunk. Anything that does get through is going to be hard fought, and there's going to be lots of changes, and it's probably not going to look all that much like what she's talking about right now. But this is sort of her starting point for negotiations if she were to be elected.
And just on Wednesday, just tell us exactly what are we going to hear about inversions on Wednesday?
Well, so she supports something that the Obama administration also supports, which is raising the threshold to 50% of a company that can go overseas. And then on top of that, she is also proposing this exit tax. So if a company does decide to go through with an inversion, so if a company, the campaign cited Pfizer, for example, which is in the midst of it, and that she's been really hard on Pfizer thus far, they would be threatened with an exit tax. The campaign hasn't said how much that would be, but the idea is basically if you were to try to go overseas in your entirety, you would face such a big tax penalty that it really wouldn't be worth it.